Okay, so Casey, we'll start off with you. How have you found going from a player to being a manager?
I've loved it. Obviously, I retired back in March, took on the assistant role with Phil Neville at the international team, and then obviously this job came up. I've loved every minute of it. It comes with challenges, obviously. I know the players. Some of that's a challenge, some of that's a good thing. And obviously I had to go out and recruit 21 players, which actually being a player I think helped me because I had a lot of connections within the game and a lot of players that I knew.
Okay, and Siobhan, you've obviously played with Casey a long time. How has it been going from a teammate of Casey's to her now being your manager?
It's interesting. I always get that question from whether it's from like players that I play with still or have played with in the past. It's kind of like, how do you make that transition? And it's been really easy. I mean, Casey's, when she played, took on that kind of leadership role, and with a lot of young players come through, she's a natural leader anyway. She's been a captain, she's been a coach, and I think it's been easy for her. Well, she's made it look easy to kind of transition across from that. For me, I think obviously being a goalkeeper, you don't spend as much time with Casey and with Willie. There's more time kind of separate. So I suppose from that aspect, like there's that detachment as well, which is probably quite good.
Kirsty, Millie, how has it been for you to come back to Manchester United, having been away?
I think it's been really exciting. When Casey came in for us, I don't think we probably didn't hesitate. We just really wanted to get going because I personally didn't want to leave when I was at the Centre of Excellence, and I loved it there because Man United do it the right way, everything, and I loved it.
Yeah, we were just buzzing. Like obviously, when you go through the ranks at under-17s and then there's nothing to look forward to after that then. And when they did come back, I think it's perfect timing as well, for not just for us now, but for the whole of women's sport, women's football.
Okay, and the first game since you came back was against Liverpool. It's huge, it's one of the biggest rivals in world football. And how do you prepare for that as your first game back, with all the eyes on it?
I think it was exciting because it was our first game, so we were history in terms of that. You know, for myself and Siobhan, it was an old team. So we kind of knew a bit about them, but then they were in transition too. You know, they lost a lot of players and gained a lot of players, so we were desperate to get out and play. We knew we were capable of beating them, and the girls put in a real shift that day and made sure that we got the result that we deserved.
And Siobhan, for you as an ex-Liverpool player, you've just left Liverpool. Does it make it easier or harder to prepare for a game like that?
I think it gives you that extra bit of motivation. I mean, first game for a new club, first game for Manchester United, I don't think you need that extra bit of motivation, but if you're playing against your old club, it's always kind of, it gives it that little bit of an edge, and especially Liverpool and Manchester United have got a massive history. So for us to have that as our first game and to go out there and to win, to keep a clean sheet and to put in a good performance was fantastic for us and a great stepping stone for the season to come.
Greenwood shows where she wants the ball. They're queuing up in the middle, and Lizzie Arnott grabs the lead for Manchester United and grabs a piece of history at the same time.
How did you feel when Lizzie scored that goal right towards the end of that game?
Oh, we couldn't believe it, wasn't it? We were so
What do you mean we couldn't believe it? You couldn't believe it? She was scoring in training.
off her shins.
Yeah.
It'll count.
She deserved it though because she's just had a long-term injury, and it was great for her to get in. And we've been working on that to get into the triangle and score. And Lizzie did that. And I think we deserved it. The whole team played well.
In terms of the makeup of the squad, Casey, it seems like you've picked a team with a lot of leaders in there. Obviously, you've got Siobhan's got 50 caps for England. Millie, you were captain at Bristol City. So how important have those players been in bringing through some of the younger ones? Because you've got quite a young squad. Yeah,
absolutely. And we recruited young because we know we're going on a journey, and we wanted to go on that journey with players that could to see it through. And the experience in our squad is invaluable. Because we have got young players, we have got a lack of experience at that level, and also just the little things. A lot of our players haven't been full-time players before, so even being able to know, and be able to cope with the full-time programmes, knowing that it's okay to be tired, that's where these girls really step up.
And going on to the first home game against Reading, obviously it wasn't the result that you wanted, but what was it like to walk out in front of that crowd of 4,000 people? I mean, you look at other WSL games, you're talking 2,000 crowds. So it was quite a big event.
But for me, it's definitely the best league crowd I've ever played in front of. And I think not just the number of fans, but the way the fans got behind the team. like we could feel the energy from them on the pitch, and I think that was fantastic for us, and it gave us that extra buzz. And I think going forward, if we can get as many people down at Leigh Sports Village as possible to support us, it makes a massive difference to the team. And I think it was Sheffield United was a freezing cold, soaking wet Thursday night, and we still had over 2,000 people there. And I think the fans need to know as well that makes a massive difference to us when we're out there on that pitch.
Yeah, it was unbelievable. Like Shiv says, I don't think they realise how much of a boost it actually is for us. Like, they are our 12th man, and they do help us throughout the whole game.
Your first league game against Aston Villa, you got the programme on the table there. I mean, what was it like to play in that game?
I thought, obviously we were nervous, I'd say, because it was the first league game. But we wanted to set our mark on the league. So when the goals kept coming, it was exciting, and I think we deserved it.
This is Harris. James drops the shoulder beautifully and then unleashes one. An effort of some quality from 16-year-old Lauren James.
It was a bit of the unknown, wasn't it? Because obviously we'd played against Liverpool, we'd played against Reading, but we hadn't played anyone in the Championship. So it was kind of how we were going to fare. We know that we've got talented players and we know we're a talented team, but how are we going to compete in that league? What were teams going to do against us? And I think by scoring early and scoring lots of goals, it set us on our way, and I think that's really important for us.
Okay, so when you get a result like that, does it add a bit more pressure? Do you think some supporters might get a little bit carried away, and even maybe some of the team?
Yeah, of course. And me being me, I actually wasn't happy with our performance, because I thought for the first 15 minutes we were quite poor, and then for the last 20 minutes we took our foot off the pedal. So for 60 minutes of the game we were good, very good. But like you say, it does add expectation. You know, the mantra here is very much we're going to crawl, we're going to walk, then we're going to jog, then we're going to run. You win 12-0 and that kind of puts crawl out the window. We'll take it game by game, step by step. You know, we've got so much to work on, so much to develop. You know, we're learning as staff, the players are learning, we're learning together. We're only 16 weeks into our journey. You know, so to start the league campaign like that was fantastic, but it also means that everybody that comes up against us now is more than likely going to bank up, which makes it more difficult for us to break down.
Hanson wants it and gets it and has Sigsworth in support, but Hanson goes alone. Cool, calm and collected.
At half-time I got told that to shoot, because I'm such a team player, and I like to get all the other team, like the rest of the players scoring, but then I did think about it, I was like, maybe I should shoot, so
it was good against me in training, so you may as well shoot in the game as well.
Yeah, so it was good to finally get a goal and 2 goals, which made it even better, but yeah, it was great to add to the tally.
And Millie, we've had some comments on our YouTube channel about you joining the celebrations, being the first one to celebrate with the team, even though you're playing centre half. That just shows how close this group is and how good the team spirit is. You're always all together as soon as...
It's probably because she was on the halfway line doing a couple of Cruyff turns.
Doing keeper please or something. Nah, we all love winning, and we obviously all love scoring, and we work so hard as well behind the scenes at training, and like for it all to come off, and then every single goal means so much to all of us, and yeah, it's just good to see it all paying off.
It's such an exciting squad. There's so much talent and so much youth, and kind of with the hard work that people have been putting in so far, and the kind of the work that goes on, as Millie was saying, behind the scenes, there's so much potential going forward, and yeah, there's talent there already, but it's exciting to see how much further that can go.
And talking about behind the scenes, Casey, I mean, as a new manager, how important is your backroom staff, especially someone as experienced as Willie Kirk being?
Listen, it's massive. My playing staff were key recruitments, but my backroom staff was key. And Willie was a fantastic appointment. You know, we're very different, which is good. I didn't want to bring someone in that was just going to say yes to me, because that wouldn't be good for me on my journey. My performance coach is top level, and obviously Ian, our goalkeeper coach, is fantastic. And I'm surrounded by great people, but you know, it's up to the girls to put the work in. And I have to say, there's 21 of them grafting day in, day out to improve. And you know, yeah, we know we've got lots of areas to keep improving, but their attitude and their appetite to learn and want to develop is why we're getting the results on the pitch.
And moving on, we played Sheffield United. Kirsty, you scored one of the goals of that day, and that's one of the first women's goals that's ever been featured in our Goal of the Month. So what was that goal like to score for you?
Yeah, it was actually unexpected to see it in the Goal of the Month. But
I thought you were going to say I was unexpected to see it in the goal.
Yeah, yeah, I was really exciting scoring. When I scored, should have just heard the noise. It was amazing. It was good to get in the back of net because they told it was. I'll actually give you some credit.
Thank you. I was waiting for that.
Because Millie got information and she passed it on to me to say cut in and shoot with my left. So I did that, but the first time I hit the crossbar, probably done that every game, not gonna lie. I eventually got it in and it was great to see it go in. Probably wasn't one of our best performances, but when I got that goal in, it kind of lifted us a bit and it was good for the team.
Millie and Siobhan, you kept a clean sheet in that game. You've not conceded a league goal. You've only conceded 2 goals in one of the games so far. I mean, how pleasing is that for you as defensive players?
Yeah, massively. We pride ourselves on clean sheets as much as we do scoring, so to keep a clean sheet in every league game so far is massive for us in this year.
Yeah, I think it's a good base to build on. If you can keep clean sheets, and you're always going to give yourself a chance, because we know that we've got talented players like Kirsty who can score screamers with her left foot, and as she said with the Aston Villa game, there were goals coming from all over the place, and we know that if we can keep clean sheets, we've got players out there that can score goals from all over the pitch, so it's always going to put you in a good position.
So is it difficult to just keep concentrating when you've got a team that's such full of attacking talent? You've got to be aware all the time.
I think for me, I try and use communication to help. I think Millie will probably tell you.
Millie tries to dribble up the other end and score as well. So
yeah, I'm shouting at her to get back and
do get carried away sometimes, I'm not going to lie.
But sometimes, like, communicating and constantly giving information lets me stay switched on and connected with my backline, and hopefully keeps them in check as well.
Casey, for you as a former centre-half, how pleased are you with the team's defensive record?
For me, it's massive. It's what we want to continue. Like Siobhan said, it builds a platform. If we can defend well, it gives us more opportunities to win the ball back, gives us more opportunities to attack, and it's up to these girls, because a lot of the time we leave 2 at the back plus the keeper with the whole half to defend. So we need to be able to rely on them to be able to stay switched on and do their jobs and make good decisions in 1v1s, 2v2s, and they've done that. And you know, Siobhan's had to, you know, come out with some good saves so far, and that's what it must be difficult, even more so for a goalkeeper who's not involved for long spells, to be able to stay switched on. But she's done that, and when she's been called upon, she's made some big saves for us, and we want to continue that. We don't want to concede goals. We're not a defensive team, but we don't want to concede goals because it means that we can go on and win games.
And Millie, we've heard you like to go on a little foray up front. You scored at London Bees. What was that like?
I was excited, yeah, to get on the score sheet and score my first goal for United, but got to give all credit to Zell. She did put it right on my head, so I've got to give her the credit for that.
At the near post.
Yeah, I do. Casey actually said to me, didn't you, Case, before the game, you're going to score a header today, and I did.
You tell her that on Sunday again.
I know, yeah.
First drop points in the game against Durham. How frustrating was that when you see a game where the Durham goalkeeper had an unbelievable game, saved a penalty from Katie Zellum? Is that just write that off as one of them days?
It was massively frustrating. I mean, we had the majority of the play, we had the majority of the shots. I don't think they really troubled us. And I think it's one of those ones where you've got to kind of walk away from it and be like, look, we weren't at our best. We still produced opportunities to score, which is positive. But we know that we've got to do better, and we were really disappointed with ourselves that we didn't get the win. But everything's still in our hands. We didn't concede, which is another bonus. But we've got to go out there and make sure we get 3 points on Sunday, because that's massive for us.
And with that Durham game, Casey, do you think that's a case of, as you said before, after the Villa game, where teams are going to set up a little bit more defensively against you? Do you think that's a consequence of the way that you've scored so many goals so far? Yeah,
absolutely. And teams aren't going to come out and open up against you because we've got too many players that can hurt them. But you know, we were disappointed in our final third play that day. Obviously, I thought we had enough chances to win the game. Lauren James takes her chance on the half volley early on. We go 1-0. I think it's a different game. Then they've got to come out. You know, they banked up. They made it difficult. The goalkeeper had a good game, but was anything in the corner where she really had to save it? No, I think everything was, you know, pretty much at her. The penalty save was good, but even that wasn't, you know, in the corner. So, you know, we work a lot on trying to get enough bodies in the box to score goals, getting people in the right areas, and we probably just didn't do as well as we needed to. But having said that, in the long term, it's not a bad thing to have a setback, because it just shows we've got so much more work to do, and it keeps the team hungry.
I think after Durham, it was frustrating because we didn't have a game for a while. I think sometimes with the setup of the league, you can go 2-3 weeks without a game, and it can make it difficult to build that momentum. So when you do get a result that doesn't go your way, you want to get back out on the pitch as soon as possible. But people go away on international duty, and it's making sure that we keep focused and the people that are here keep working, and that when we do get that opportunity to go on the pitch, that we make sure we put it right.
Greenwood, decisive ball through, and the shot was pretty good too, wasn't it? Katie Zellum applied the power and the precision too. Support from Smith, looking to hoist it high for Arnott, who hits the bar, and Sigsworth hits the bar and then scores. That's more like it. And here's Hanson. Ill-advised challenge there. This is Ella Toon. It'll be Arnott for the tap-in.
So you got back to winning ways with a 3-0 win against Charlton. I mean, how important was that to get straight back on the winning ways?
Yeah, massively. It did boost our confidence a bit. The more we play, the more people are going to know about us, and I think we just take every game as it comes, prepare the same for every game, and take the game plan into every game. And yeah, we just want to showcase what we can do.
Okay, just to finish off, individually, what has been your highlight of your Manchester United career so far? If it's to start with you, Casey.
I think for me it was when all the girls were at the content day, to see the 21 faces smiling, all part of the journey with the staff. You know, it was incredible just to see this football club and the scale of it and what it can produce, and be able to have the opportunity to change these young women's lives.
Was that the first time you got together as a full squad that day?
Pretty much, yeah, I would say so. We had a couple of training sessions before that, but with all the staff and all the players, yeah, it was pretty much that day.
My best moments so far, going to be Millie taking me out on my debut and sending me to hospital. No, my best moment so far would probably be first ever game, beating Liverpool 1-0. Obviously not necessarily us going out there expecting to win from like the media, from the external world, but we knew ourselves that we had the ability to go out there and win the game, and to beat your old team and to keep a clean sheet and to get those 3 points was massive.
Yeah, same the 1-0 win against Liverpool. I think we built it up so much, and to get the result in the last 10 minutes of the game was unbelievable.
I'm going to be different and just go for my first goal for United. That was probably the best moment I've had so far.
Talk us through your goal.
Well, Tooney was a great through ball from Tooney, and then I was just composed, got it round the keeper, and then, yeah, slotted it in the net.
The rest is history, isn't it?
Yeah.
The women's team are back in action live on MUTV as they face their toughest match so far in the league, taking on top of the table Tottenham. Casey Stoney's side will be looking to end Spurs' 100% record start to the season, and you can see it all unfold live on MUTV.
Decisive ball through, and the shot was pretty good too, wasn't it?
Live women's football, Manchester United v Tottenham Hotspur. Sunday, live on MUTV.